Still under oath.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed. Thank you.
Mr. Ceesay, good afternoon.
Afternoon, ma.
You're welcome back.
Yeah, ma.
Yes, Council, can we proceed?
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Welcome, Honorable Commissioners. May I respectfully request the two invoices that were tendered regarding the loan scheme to Landing Sane and Sait Ceesay. Let's say we were discussing about what procedure you follow in granting loans at the area council at the time. I mean the vouchers that were tendered. This is it.
Yes.
What procedure
sorry,
were you
Council,
following?
let me just cross-check with him. Mr. Ceesay, I instructed that you check with the registry whether the file for the COVID was part of the documents that were sent to the Commission.
No,
Did you check with the
No, I
registry?
thought you said after the session.
Okay, I thought I said during the break.
Okay, sorry then. It was on
Because we
oversight.
have a record of everything we have received from each council.
Okay.
All right, so you can do so after the after the session.
I've also checked the bank statement
Okay.
concerning those payments.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay, then we'll get to that. Thank you.
Yes, I had asked with respect to how do you grant loans when you have applications for loan?
Yes,
What procedure do you follow?
yeah, it's upon request.
Yes?
Yeah, and also we'll check whether the request is genuine or not.
How do you check whether it's genuine or not? What is the determining factor?
Yeah, depending on what you submitted.
How do you determine? What would be the factors that you will look into?
Yeah, the factors we normally look into depends on the request that you send.
On the request?
Yeah, that you send.
Now
yeah.
I'm asking you, you are the CEO.
Yes.
What qualifies someone to be granted loan?
Yeah, what qualifies someone to get a loan? One, you must be a staff of the council.
Okay.
And also two, we'll check which grade you are.
All right.
To check exactly the amount you requested.
And then?
Yeah, that's all.
That's all?
Yes.
That cannot be all. Do you not resort to the financial manual regarding the guidelines laid out?
No, we don't know.
You don't do that?
No.
But why?
Don't know. Yeah, so long as it's indicated in the budget, we thought that people can access it. So
for it to be in the budget is one thing. For the procedures to be met is another issue. Is that not the case?
yeah, that's true.
And you will agree that the financial manual did actually outline the procedures in relation to loan.
That's true.
But so why won't you not follow it?
Yeah, we never follow it, to be frank.
Yeah, but you were the CEO at the time. It was your primary responsibility to make sure it has been adhered to. Is that not the case?
That's true.
That's why I want to understand why will you not follow the guidelines laid down by the financial manual?
Yeah, it should have been followed, definitely.
It should have been followed.
Yes, definitely.
For example, the one for Sait Ceesay.
Yes.
The Sait Ceesay was issued a check of $25,000
Yes.
on the 5th of February 2021.
Yes.
And the application for loan, and I will read, it says, Chief Executive Officer, that's you at the time.
Yes.
I have the honor and most respect to apply, well, I'm reading verbatim, word for word,
Okay,
anyways.
okay.
So you'll excuse me if certain things are,
Okay.
I know we have a teacher here, so. Respect to apply a loan through you for an amount of $15,000 only. The loan amount will be used to purchase a laptop which will be used purposely for the training and undergoing on basic computer modules. The training will help me to do my official transaction on the computer during the official work time, and it will also help me to be able to do the IFMIS operational system in the office. And this was signed by Sait Ceesay himself as acting finance manager. Was he at the time?
Yes, he was, yeah.
And you approved it on the 15th of January 2021. Is that not the case?
Yeah, that's true.
But how can you approve a loan on the 15th when it is dated the 25th?
When it is?
Dated the 25th of January.
Can I see the voucher again?
Yes.
Please.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I've seen
The
it. Yeah.
date of the letter is 25th of January. Is that correct?
That's true.
2021.
Yes.
But it was approved by you
On the 15th.
on the 15th of January. How is it possible?
Yeah, maybe it's an oversight, definitely.
On whose side?
On me.
On your side.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Yes.
But then this check was in his name. That's correct?
And sorry, if you check the voucher,
Yes.
it's dated 5th February.
5th February.
Yes. So
Which
maybe
means-
this one was an oversight. Definitely.
Oversight.
Yeah.
Granted. So my issue now is, if you look at the financial manual on page 55, do you have it with you?
No, I don't get it with me.
It talks about loans. It says loans may be granted to employees for building, construction, purchase of vehicle, and personal needs in accordance with the terms and conditions set out in the general orders
Which
of the
page,
council.
please? Which page, please?
55.
55.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, yeah.
It says loans may be granted to employees for building, construction, purchase of vehicle, and personal needs in accordance with terms and conditions set out in the general orders of the council. Do you have general orders of council?
Yeah, there are general, no, we use the government orders.
You use the
GO.
government
Yeah, the
GOs.
GO, yes.
I thought you said at some point, I don't want to go back to it, but it appears as if you just don't regard other regulations apart from the act.
No, I never said that.
You said that. You said
No, no, no.
it is your constitution.
I never said that.
But you are supposed to have general orders and you don't have one. But B says, subject to funds availability and the applicant meeting all the eligibility criteria, the application will be forwarded to the CEO for appropriate action. Were funds available at the time?
Yes.
How did you know that?
That's why he was given a check.
No, that doesn't indicate it.
Yeah, we got advice from the finance department, whether
But
it
it
will be
don't-
possible or not.
That's all right, but it didn't indicate that the finance department did assure that the funds were available.
No, but I think it's also signed by the finance director.
But you guys sign documents.
Yes.
You don't follow regulations. You
No,
have
but-
confirmed. You've confirmed with me that you don't follow the regulation in most instances.
No, but you cannot do payments when you don't have funds.
No.
That's impossible.
No, funds can be available, but not just available for loans.
That's true.
That's the difference.
Yes.
The availability of funds had to do with having enough funds for the granting of loans and approval of loans.
Yes.
That is the question now, whether funds available so much so that you can now grant loans.
Yeah, this is a soft loan. So funds were available.
They were available.
Yes.
Now it says, so where did it feature in the voucher that funds were available?
What do you mean by future in the voucher?
First, you will have to minute this to the finance director.
Yes.
Did you do that?
I think it should be approved by the CEO first, before going to the finance director. And it was approved and it went to the finance director. Hadn't been there was no funds, he would not have signed it.
That's fine. Let us now follow back the steps again. It says, all requests for loans must be made on the prescribed application form. Number one, was there any prescribed application form?
No, there was none.
Good. And passed through the Director of Finance for verification and confirmation of availability of funds. Verification and confirmation of availability of funds. Did you do that? That's why I said that is the last, that's the first step. So it is not like it has to start first with you. Everything starts and ends with you. you follow?
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree, yes.
Now, did you minute this to the Director of Finance to verify?
Well, no, I didn't do that.
But why?
Yeah, I know it was a soft loan,
No, it
and
didn't.
it's from the finance department.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any distinction as to whether, like, if it is a soft loan, then it does not need to be, there's no need for verification?
No, you should follow the correct channel.
Did you follow the correct transaction?
Well,
The
no,
correct
according to
procedure?
the act, we didn't follow the correct channel.
Everything we do here has to be according to the act. Everything you are supposed to do at the time as CEO should be according to the regulations that govern you.
That's true, yeah.
So repeating according to the act wouldn't be appropriate in the circumstance because you were working for the area council.
That's true.
I mean, it says after approval, the finance staff will raise a payment voucher. So the payment voucher can only be raised after all these procedures were followed.
Yeah.
So you approving that loan was really totally wrong and unlawful. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree, yeah.
There's another one regarding the payment of soft loan or short loan to CD Sane. You can see the voucher.
Okay.
Mr. Mbal.
Yes. What is the application about?
Pardon?
The application. Who wrote the application for the loan?
I think this is the one we were treating. See the sun.
The landing B Sane is here. So the one for landing B Sane. There was an application, is that correct?
Yes.
Can you please read out the application?
Reference to the above, the request for loan.
Yes.
Reference to the above caption subject matter, I submit for your consideration for a loan of 25,000
Yes.
to help me facilitate some urgent domestic matters.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll settle the loan in 4 months.
When this application was sent to your office, what did you do? As CEO at the time.
Yeah, it was approved.
Why did you approve it?
Yeah, because I've checked the amount he applied.
How much is the amount?
It's 25,000.
Where was it all you were concerned about?
Yes, because it's on my threshold.
What was the threshold?
My threshold
Yes.
is 100,000 above.
Where can we find that?
Yeah, maybe we can go to the Finance and Audit Act.
The threshold for Mansakonko Area Council is there.
Yes,
The amount is there.
yes.
Okay. Now, was there enough for you to grant the application
No, if we check the procedures, it was not enough.
at all?
Yeah, at all, yeah.
And you should not have granted the application
Exactly, yeah,
for the loan.
that's true. According to law, yeah.
But I don't have to remind you. So why would you now grant the application?
Pardon?
Why will you grant the application for the loan?
Yeah, it was because of the urgency.
What was urgent?
Yeah, it was because of the urgency of
What
this
was urgent?
application. I know he was having some issues, that it was private issues, so
What were the private issues?
no, I'll not be able to highlight that here. in public.
Why?
No, it was so sensitive.
It was so
It
sensitive.
was a family issue, yeah.
But, Mister, you could have taken your personal funds then.
No, how can I take my personal funds and give it to him?
That's true.
Yes.
Then you could have followed the regulation then.
Yeah, that's what I said. I accept that we didn't follow the regulation.
Now go and see the terms and what were the terms and conditions for you granting the loan?
Pardon?
What were the terms and conditions?
The terms and conditions of
Yes.
what? Of what?
In granting the loan, there must be terms and conditions.
Yes,
Is that not the case?
yes,
Look at the financial manual 502, 802.
yes.
It tells you for every category of loan what the condition would be. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Under what category would that loan application fall under?
This could be for employees on grade 8 and above.
For?
Employees for grade 8 and above.
So you have building loan. There are requirements for it.
Yes.
You have car loan, which
Yes.
suddenly this one was not the case.
Yes.
You have personal loan.
Yes.
If you turn to page 56, it says category of staff for employees on a grade 1 and above. Length of service must have served the council or any other arm of government with transferable service for 2 years or more. Repayment period 24 months. Security, the applicant will provide personal guarantor. Who was the guarantor?
It was a self-guarantee.
Is that what the law says?
Pardon?
You heard me. Is that what the law says?
No.
So why would you do contrary to what the law dictates?
No, as I said, it was the urgency of the loan, the request.
But the urgency of the request, does that necessitate you or does that require you to disregard the provisions of the financial manual?
That's true.
What is true?
What you said.
What did I say? That you cannot disregard the provisions of the financial manual.
Yeah.
And again, I will always repeat that when you commit public funds without following due process, the responsibility is on you. Is that not true?
Yeah, that's true.
Where are these loans paid?
Pardon?
Where are they paid?
Yeah, they were paid.
How will we know?
We go through the vouchers and see.
We go?
We go back to council and see whether it was paid or not.
But you don't sign loan agreements, you don't commit them to any personal bonds or guarantors or anything. You don't follow the manual. You only commit funds to people. Is it because you are close to them?
What do you mean by close to them?
It's a question, sir.
Yeah, I'm close. Yeah, I'm close to them because I'm working with them.
Yes,
so I'm obviously close to them.
Yes.
Yes.
But when you run the public office, sentiments are not supposed to be there.
No, these are not sentiments.
You had told me that because they had personal issues.
Yes.
And they were urgent.
Yes.
And you cannot disclose it to the commission.
Yes.
It means it was personal to you as well.
Yes, it was personal to me.
That's why I said
yes.
that when you run public office, you cannot use sentiments. That's not correct, sir.
Sometimes you use sentiments based on the issues.
Now, apart from the loans, there was an issue regarding monies being paid to Momodu Sediba. Do you recall that?
Can I see the voucher, please?
No, let you answer the question
no,
first.
I cannot recall.
And I will show you the voucher when I think it is the right moment to show you the voucher.
No, I can't recall.
You cannot recall.
Yeah.
There was a payment that was made to the account of the area council, as far as Momodu Sediba is concerned, which was supposed to be paid to the conference center account, conference center's account. And then he wrote a request requesting for payments to be made back to its rightful place, and a check was drawn in his name. Do you recall this?
Pardon?
A check was drawn in his name. Do you recall that?
No, I can't recall.
You can't recall?
Yeah, unless I
Let me show you the PPV number 21000004. The exhibit is LGC SKT MKAC 027. What was the application? First, we'll start by the payment. What did the voucher say the payment was about?
Request for withdrawal of conference center fund.
Before we go to the request, let's
Pardon?
look at the voucher itself. How much was paid?
Payment of refund to center manager.
To center manager?
Yes.
How much was the amount?
60,600.
Who was the center manager at the time?
Momodu Sediba was the manager.
Who approved payment to Momodu Sediba?
It was approved by me.
Yourself?
Yes.
When was this?
This was 4th February 2021.
2021?
Yes.
What was the requisition?
Yeah, this were monies paid to council account.
Let's go back one step at a time. What was the requisition?
The requisition.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry, Mr. we looking at the same document? What we have is 5th of February 2021.
5th of?
February.
Here I have 4th.
You have 4th?
Yes, 4th of February.
Momodu Sedeba.
Just look properly, please.
Yes, I have 4th February 2021.
Let me see.
Oh, that the application. Okay.
That's fine. So, may we proceed, ma'am?
I think the check is 5th, but the request is 4th.
Yes, we will reconcile details. Now, the amount is $60,000.
60,600.
And you signed a check authorizing the payment of $60,000 to Momodu Sedeba.
Yes.
What is the requisition about?
Yeah, this way our money is deposited in council account.
Please read the requisition first.
Okay, request for withdrawal of conference center fund from
Yes.
your account. That is the council account.
Please read it.
Yes, I wish to request for an amount of $60,600 dollars, being 2 payments that were directed to your account.
Yes.
These payments include payment from Activista, which amounts to $41,300, and payment from Nana, which also amounts to $19,300.
Yes.
This total is $60,600.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what you was trying to explain the background leading to this payment.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, these were activities to be carried out by Activista and also Nana.
Right.
So they were here in Combo, so they deposited this amount into council's account.
Yes.
Yes, so Do wrote a letter to me to withdraw that account, to deposit it in the council, the conference center's account.
And you thought it was normal to do that?
Yes.
Why did you not pay it to the account of the, who is the custodian of the accounts? All the accounts.
I am the custodian of.
Why did you not authorize payment from one account to the other directly?
No, there cannot be bank transfers because these were bank transfers, and the conference center was under supersonic. It was not under a bank. It was under a microfinance. So they were unable to transfer it directly to the conference center's account.
It was not possible?
No, it was not possible, no.
To transfer the amount
to transfer
directly?
It, yeah, to transfer it directly to supersonic. From Activista and Nana.
From Activista and Nana?
Yes.
So
that's why they deposited it in council account.
Was it paid to the account?
Yeah, it was paid to the account. It was withdrawn. It
was withdrawn?
Yes.
Did Sedeba pay the amount?
Yes.
Did you confirm payment?
Yes, he paid.
Where are the receipts of that?
Yeah, maybe when we check the bank statement for supersonic, maybe it will appear.
Any questions before I proceed?
Yes. Yes.
You recall that you said there are no schemes, there is no scheme actually, a loan scheme under at Mansakonko.
No.
That's at the time you served.
No.
So that will be in variance to what you said in your statement.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Would it be at variance to what you have stated in your statement? First page of your statement, which is dated the 23rd of November 2023.
Yes.
You have said at the last page that...
The last page?
Yes. First page, last paragraph.
Yes.
You have said, on the issue of loan, I was aware that council was operating a loan scheme. So, is this a mistake?
No, this is a mistake, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
All right. So, we want to make sure that what you say is consistent also with your statement that you have made. Anything you say which is wrong, we want to have it on record that it is wrong.
That's true.
And you have corrected it.
That's fine.
Right?
Thank you, ma'am.
So now, the other issue is that council has asked you about the criteria and has read you what is provided for in the manual. So do you think it was prudent on your side to have said that you make assessment based on the exigency of the situation and the availability of funds? Do you think that is sufficient to give somebody loan just based on those two reasons?
Yeah, according to the FA, it's not sufficient.
Is not sufficient.
No, it's not more.
And do you also think it is correct to base the issue of granting a loan to an employee on sensitivity of the situation? Just the sensitivity of the situation, because for every person applying, it's because the person has an urgency and a need. Do you think that should be sufficient to warrant you granting the loan without having recourse to the criteria has been met?
Yes, to be frank, if you go according to the regulations,
Yes.
I think it's not in line.
So it is prudent that CEOs should avert their minds to the provisions of the regulation that govern them
Exactly.
in the granting of these loans.
That's true.
Because these are
Public funds.
loans and taxpayers' money.
That's true.
So that at the end of the day, you will be able to account
That's
for
true.
it.
That's true.
So do you think that when we go through the accounts, we will be able to see the repayment of these monies?
Yes, the payment should be there.
Which account?
Well, I cannot know the exact amount, to be frank.
Okay, please note and let's help us check which of the accounts that these people must have repaid these loans. Because if they don't repay these loans, it is a liability for the council.
That's true. Can I know the date for CD?
Sorry?
CD Sane, the date.
Council, do you have the date for Sidisane? He wants the date.
It should be with the witness
The exhibit.
or the registrar.
No, I'm having only landings voucher here.
No, the voucher for CD. Can you hand over these documents to council to check, please? Can you check on your table whether you don't have the other?
No, I don't know. I have only landing and the other one.
Council, can you check, because I think that was returned to you. Council, do you have the copy?
No, I don't have the copy. I'd already given the copies to.
Is the copy not there?
Which one for,
Is
it for CD Sane?
Yes.
You asking for the date?
The date, yes.
5th February 2021.
5th February.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the date for the voucher.
Huh? Yeah, the date, yeah.
On the voucher?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is that all you need?
Yes, thank you.
You are okay?
Yeah, thank you.
You have questions?
May I see the voucher? Please proceed.
Mr. I have a question here. I just wanted to understand, is it a normal practice for the management to head a committee,
To head a committee?
a subcommittee in the council?
Yes.
It's normal.
Yeah.
It's accepted in the
In the Local Government Act.
In the
it's
Local
only,
Government Act.
It's only one committee.
Okay, because it's, for me, I think but anyway, we'll do some research on that. Because if you are a council staff and you are chairman of a finance subcommittee, and also a council staff becoming chairman of the contracts committee, you can easily get yourself biased, where you can give a contract to your brother behind acting on your behalf, being the chairperson. Contract is given to your brother, but you are behind the brother. That's why I'm still thinking: is it ethical for the chairpersons for subcommittees of a council to be that people, an employee should be a chairperson, or management staff should be a chairperson of subcommittees of the management of the council?
No, you have only the CEO that is part of the committees.
Yeah, but does
And
the
also
CEO
chairing one committee, that is the contract committee.
Yeah, that's
But
what I'm
the other committees are always chaired by a councillor.
Yeah, but I have here, let's take CDC Diva,
Yes,
was chairman finance committee.
yeah,
He's a councillor.
yes,
Now, CDK Ture, he's an employee
yes,
and he's a CEO. Is
yes. That's the finance committee, right?
it? No, this is contracts committee.
Contract, yes.
Is,
Yeah,
that,
this-
is that correct?
No,
I'm
this-
just asking.
Yeah, according to the Local Government Act, the CEO is a member of all the committees.
He's
So
a
what-
member but doesn't chair.
He chaired the contract committee,
The CEO chairs the contract
the contract committee, yes.
Okay, we'll check on that. Because I think there could be conflict of interest there. Thank you.
Regarding the voucher that was authorized for the payment to Momodu Sedeba for an amount of $60,000, what is the date? Of the check?
The check, huh?
Yes.
The check is 5th February,
5th February, which year?
2021.
2021.
Yes.
Yes. And let me hand you over the Supersonics microfinance account. Is that not the account for the hall, the conference center?
Supersonic,
Yes.
yes.
Do you confirm that that is the account? Yes, sir?
Yeah, this is it, yeah.
It is account.
Yes.
Thank you. And then go to the month of February and advise us whether the money that the amount that you had signed for the withdrawal of $60,000 from the area council's account, trust bank account, to be paid to CDB, whether it was paid to the supervisor account. Yes, sir?
No, it doesn't appear in February.
But you said it was paid.
Yeah, I thought it has been paid.
You don't have to think.
Definitely.
You don't have to think. You have to be sure.
Yeah.
You were supposed to make sure that the payments were made. The same way you withdrew the money, it should have been the same way that you will make sure that the money that you were putting in the name of Momodu Ceesay, because you are saying that there cannot be transfers from Trust Bank, the regular banks to Supersonics, as far as you are concerned. Is that not your answer?
Yes, that's my answer.
And therefore, you commit $60,000 in the name of Seliba. Just because a letter was written to say that the wrongful payments were made to one account instead of the other, which after all is being managed by you as a CEO.
That's true.
So where has that money gone to?
I think for this one, it's only Du who can clarify now.
It's only?
It's only Momodu Sediba who can clarify
No.
now.
I mean, the law says it's you.
Yeah, the law says it's me.
Yes?
Yes.
That is why you are here.
Yeah, but he can also be confronted.
Like I said to you,
Yeah.
how we do our job, you don't have to tell us. Who we ask questions, you don't have to tell us.
Yes.
You, if at all it is not your responsibility, you say it is not your responsibility. But if it is your responsibility, answer as per your responsibilities.
It's my responsibility to safeguard all the resources of council.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you safeguard this particular fund?
Yeah, maybe this one is not safeguarded.
There is no maybe.
Yes.
The maybe does not exist. We operate based on factual information. You had said clearly that the monies were paid to the account.
Yes.
Which means, as CEO, you made sure the monies were paid to the account. In fact, the very first day that you signed the check, you should have made sure that the monies were paid to the account. Or is it that it went to personal pockets?
That cannot be possible.
How?
No.
How is that not possible if it is not featured in the bank account?
That is not possible, with due respect. That is not possible.
But what is possible,
We
sir?
cannot be withdrawing money like that.
What?
We cannot be withdrawing money like that.
But this money was withdrawn based on your authorization.
Yes.
Now give us the explanation. If you don't want anyone to have any reasonable conclusion on anything, give us the explanation as to where the money is paid to.
Yeah, then you will give me a chance to take note and contact Momodu Sediba to know exactly where it is.
Mr. Ceesay,
Yes.
look, you see,
Sorry, let me ask, in whose name was the check written?
Pardon?
In this transaction,
Yes.
in whose name was the check written?
The check was written in the name of Momodu Sediba.
Thank you.
by, it's in the name of Seliba, by
By the CEO and the finance director.
Yes, but primarily the CEO, the chief supervisor of the accounts of council. Is that not the case?
Yeah, that's the case.
And so, of course, we will ask anyone that is responsible, but you primarily should give us an explanation as to where since it was withdrawn, and the reason why it was withdrawn and paid to Momodu Sediba is because you cannot do bank transfer. You can't do bank transfer because of the fact that one is a regular bank and the other is a microfinance. Is that not your explanation?
That's true, yeah.
And so you had the burden and the responsibility to find out, to make sure the other account, which is the sponsors account, is being credited. Is that not the case?
Yeah, that's the case.
And that was not done.
Yeah, that was not done.
And you are responsible.
Yes.
Council,
Yes.
let me just ask a few questions. If you look at the payment voucher, it says name and addressee of payee. Payee's name is Momodu Sediba. But Momodu Sediba made the request as the center manager.
Yes.
So for me, Momodu Sediba is not the payee. It's the center which has an account with Supersonics. If the check was drawn in the name of the center, it would have gone straight into the center's account.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, this is a fraud process. The center has its own account in its own name, but it's managed by Modu Sediba. Modu Sediba is claiming the center's funds because they have an activity with these two organizations. I will tell you, it could be easily tracked as to where these monies went to.
Yes, that's true.
It's very easy.
Very easy, yes.
Very easy. So this talking about Modu Sediba wrote the letter, so it should be in Modu Sediba's name. Modu Sediba never had the money. The money is owned by the center. So Modu Sediba just claimed as the center manager for the funds to be returned to the center.
That's true.
But, a big but, the council deemed it fit to put it in the name, the refund in the name of Modu Sediba. And that is flawed also. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Ceesay,
Yes.
when you signed the check, why did you not put the name of the conference center?
Yeah, I didn't put the name of the conference center. I definitely wanted him to receive it in cash and deposit it in the
What was
center's account.
very difficult about putting the name of the conference center?
Yeah, it should have been also done like that.
Was that difficult to do?
No, it was not, definitely.
You know, I had raised the issue that it had gone through personal pockets. You understand that?
Yeah.
And it's okay for you to deny that as long as you have explanation to the contrary. Was it not much easier to put it into the name of the conference center as opposed to individual's name?
Yeah, that was easier.
So when anyone has the reasonable suspicion that it has gone through personal pockets, would that not be a reasonable conclusion?
Yeah, that's a reasonable conclusion.
Good.
That's true.
Now, can I have the file, please? The file, the February. Yes. I have some sample vouchers as well. There was a farewell program for this outgoing CEO. Who was that?
It was me.
It was?
Me.
And an amount of $25,000 was approved
Yes.
by the outgoing CEO himself.
Yes.
That was you.
Yes.
And a check was drawn in the name of Baijibi Sala.
Yes.
Is that not correct?
Yes.
In fact, there are minutes with respect to that payment wherein, if I may read, it says that the chairman of the council, Mr. Landing Bisane, informed the senior staff once again that the meeting is convened to finally discuss on the chief executive officer's transfer to Janjambure Area Council. He said, as an institution, it will be prudent to organize a farewell party for him in recognition of the service he had rendered during his tenure in office. The senior staff endorsed the following as expression of appreciation to the CEO. That a complete half-tan with praying mat, shoe and counting torch, that was bought for you. An evening dinner for him where the general staff, Governor Chief of Jara West and TAC members will attend. An award of certificate for his invaluable service to the council. These three were recommended. But it appears as if when you go to the cost of the farewell material, there was a Jesna cloth, $6,000. Was this actually bought?
Pardon?
Was it bought?
Yeah, it was bought, yeah.
The sewing is $1,000.
Yeah, it was bought, yeah.
The praying mat, $301. Shoes, $650. Counting torch, $800. Goat, $6,000. I think it would have been cheaper at Mansakonko Area Council. Canned drink, $6,000. 600 crates.
No, 600 crates from 25,000.
10 quantity, well, the total is $6,000 for canned drinks. Water, $500. Certificate is $500. So the total cost was $25,000. You can have a look at the voucher. But all these expenditures, were funds available for these things? When my understanding is the area council were really having insufficient of funds regarding even the development that you are supposed to do. It was difficult to even pay salary at some point. Is that not the case?
I've never faced that in Mansakonko, no.
But how would you describe the accounts of council? Was the council rich enough to do celebrations for
Yeah, for me, I know when I was in Mansakonko, I was always on credit balances.
On credit balance?
Yeah, definitely.
There was enough money for development?
No, development cannot be, you cannot have enough money for development. Development varies. It depends on exactly what you have in your coffers.
Yeah?
Yes.
Was this expenditure cleared through, by internal audit?
Pardon?
Was it cleared by internal audit as to the availability of funds?
No, there is no signature by the internal audit here.
Where was that?
You know, there was a time in Mansakonko when the auditor was on classes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was around the 2019, 2020.
Did the finance director advise that there were funds?
Yes.
Where is the advice?
Yeah, he has signed.
Signature is different from advice.
Yes.
Is that not the case? We know how it works.
Yes.
You know the drill. You have to write and then mail it to the finance director, and you will have to indicate what your instructions will be.
Yes.
That is how offices work.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes, that's the case.
Yes, so signatures don't indicate anything apart from just authorizing.
Yes.
But they don't depict the reason as to why, or the grounds for authorization.
That's true.
So, again, I repeat,
Yes.
was there an advice as to whether funds were available for celebrations?
To advise whether the funds were there by the finance director.
Because clearly we have ruled out the internal audit, because then there was no advice, it was not passed through internal audit as required.
Yeah, that's
by
true.
the financial manual.
Manual,
That
yeah.
all payments must pass through internal audit.
Yes.
Sorry, let me just come in there. You said the internal auditor was in around 2019, 2020.
Yeah, around
Yeah.
that period, yes.
Yes. Then when did you leave Mansakonko Area Council?
I left 2021.
Yes. So as at that time.
No, he was there. He was there.
Was there.
Yeah, he was there.
So this documentation ought to have passed through.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you. Yes.
No internal auditor and no advice as to the availability of funds.
That's true.
But you commit funds for the purpose of celebration
Yes.
when there are probably other present issues.
Yes.
Do you think it was right?
Well, no, it was not right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have another voucher. It's PV 21000059. The payment of assessment of allowances for 12 each at $1,000. There was a claim for assessment allowance. Please have a look at this voucher. What was the request about?
These assessment allowances.
What was the assessment about?
Yeah, it states, after completing the assessment of rates and taxes within
Yes.
the 6th district of Lower River Region,
Yes.
namely Kiang West, Kiang Central, Kiang East, Jara West, Jara Central, and Jara East,
Right.
the following councillors are requesting their assessment allowance of 1,000.
They wrote that was a request.
Yeah, it was a request.
Who authorized the payment?
I authorized the payment.
And did you pass this through internal audit?
No, it doesn't, no,
It did not.
no.
And aside from the request, who did you make payment to?
Who did I?
Who did you make payment to? Who was paid the money?
Yeah, these were the councillors. After,
The check. There was a check issued.
yes, the check
whose
was
name?
paid in the name of Sait Ceesay.
Was that correct?
Yeah, he is the paying officer.
No problem. Now, the issue now is that the individuals received the money.
Yes.
What will indicate in the voucher that they were in receipt of the...
They have
of the
signed.
payment? They have signed the request.
They have signed the payment voucher.
They signed the payment voucher?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
Let me see. When assessment is being done already, do you have reports of assessment?
The reports?
Yes, when you have assessment done,
Yes.
will it not normally be followed by a report?
Yeah, the report is normally the Form Bs.
Form base?
Yes, and the Appendix D.
Yes.
Yes, those are the reports.
Now, this is a claim for assessment allowance.
Yes.
It's a requisition letter.
Yes.
It is not, they did not sign the voucher, they signed the claim.
But I think the amounts are stipulated there.
Yes, but then they signed, it says, the following councillors are requesting their assessment allowance.
Yes.
You have their names, the amount that they request,
Yes.
and their signatures.
Yes.
But they didn't sign receiving the monies.
They have signed. They have signed.
Just read, let's read it
This
again.
thing was requested by the finance chairperson.
That's fine, that's all right.
Yes.
Regardless of the fact that it did not follow due process in raising vouchers, which you agree with. It didn't follow due process of raising vouchers, which you agree with already. But then, in addition to that, what you have, that letter, how you describe it, read the heading.
Claim for assessment allowance.
So it is a claim.
Yes.
And what does the content say?
After completing the assessment of rates and taxes
Yes.
within the 6 districts of Lower River Region, namely Kiang West, Kiang Central, Kiang East, Jara West, Jara Central,
Yes.
and Jara East, the following councillors are requesting their assessment allowance of 1,000.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, is that request a voucher?
It's a voucher.
The request is a voucher.
Yes, they have signed against the payments. They have signed against the payment. This thing was requested by Sidi Sane, the finance manager, to pay them.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
So they have signed against the payments.
You can listen to the chairpersons.
Now, can you refer us to the financial manual with respect to receipt of payments by people authorized to receive payment from council, whether it's services they provide, whether they are staff receiving their payments? What does the manual say?
No, I cannot know exactly where it is in the manual, definitely.
But do you agree that the manual indicated that anybody receiving money, there should be a separate document that is prepared for the person to sign, receiving, indicating that he or she has received payment?
There should be even an acknowledgement.
Yes.
Yes.
But in this instant, you are letting us believe that the voucher alone is sufficient, when the voucher is indicating that it is a request, and it is on that request that they signed, that they are requesting.
Yes.
So the request and evidence of receiving, are they one and the same?
Yeah, the evidence of receiving, I think, is their signatures and the amount stipulated on the voucher.
So they signed against, each person signed against the amount he or she have received.
Exactly.
Is that what is provided for in
Yes.
this voucher?
Yes.
It's clearly indicated
It's
that
clearly
person.
indicated, yes. They all sign against the amount.
Please let me have a look. And let me have the financial manual.
May I refer you to page 33 and 34?
Yes,
It talks
please
about
put-
allowances
Yes, please put it across to the witness.
and how payment should be done.
Page?
33 talks about staff allowances. 34, you have the undrawn salaries and wages, and the council's monthly sitting allowances. So allowances are paid in the same way salaries are paid. Is that not correct? That is the law. That is what the law says.
What kind of allowances now? Because sometimes you have claims.
You have
Claims,
claims.
yes.
How do you call this? Was it an allowance?
Yes, some can be called allowances.
The
Some,
one we are dealing with right now, is it an allowance?
pardon?
Does it fall under allowance?
This thing?
Yes.
Yeah, it falls on the allowances.
That's what I am saying.
Yes.
That will be on page 33 Honorable Chairperson. You have staff allowances. And page 34, you have council monthly and sitting allowances.
So, to gain time, Mr. Ceesay, looking at the voucher, would it not just be correct to have said there was a miscategorization, a misrepresentation in terms of what is contained here, even though they signed, but this is not the proper format to have used, because somebody picking this will not be able to see the compliance in the financial manual. Is that not correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Let me have it. Yes. It says for council monthly and sitting allowance, monthly and sitting allowance for the council members and its committee shall be prepared separately at the end of each month. The attendance registered duly signed by the council member shall serve as the basis for preparing the sitting allowance. Rates, which has been approved, and other payment procedures are stated under the salaries and wages shall be followed to effect payment. So if you go to page 34, it says 33, it says allowance in the main are those incorporated in the salary payment voucher. All other allowances, including per diems and net allowances and so on and so forth, who are traveling away on official duties should be properly authorized by the CEO. That the payment voucher should be properly classified and full details of the allowance and the authority of the payment given. The procedure for the processing and payment of the allowances will be the same as for salaries and wages. Even this voucher, we don't even see evidence of what was said to have been done in the first place. The details of the individuals are not there. It says claim for assessment of allowance. It only states the claim and not the receipt of the money. If you go to the voucher itself, it has a column for the people who are receiving the money. Is that not the case? The voucher will have a column for the payee. Is that not true, sir?
Yes.
Please, I need you to speak
Yes,
louder, please.
yes.
And the column for the payee is empty because they did not sign it. Is that not correct?
But it's attached.
I am asking where the column for the voucher itself.
The 12 people cannot sign at one column. So the voucher attached will represent the payee column.
The voucher, if you say the voucher attached, it will mean that the claim is the same as the voucher.
Yeah, it's the same
A
as the
claim
voucher.
is part of a voucher,
Yes,
not the voucher.
yes.
A claim is part of a voucher and not. It's important we draw that distinction, sir. Do you understand that? It says paid vouchers. It will tell you. It says after payment has been effected on page 36, all payment vouchers and their supporting documents. You have the voucher and you have the supporting documents. Is that not the case?
Yes.
The supporting documents must accompany the voucher. Is that not the case, sir?
Mm-hmm.
So the requisition or the claim is part of the so-called supporting documents to advise you as the CEO properly whether you can make payment or not.
That's true.
So a claim and a voucher are different.
Yeah, a claim and a voucher are different.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Any question for the witness? Yes.
Any questions?
We have just a few questions regarding the procurement that was being done, or unless there are questions regarding the.
No, you
main
can
findings.
proceed. Yeah.
Mr. Ceesay,
Yes.
was there any form of interference in procurement during your time?
Yeah, I know there was one time when the procurement officer was somehow having some side problems.
Yes,
Yes.
but that does not answer my question.
Pardon?
Was there interference in procurement during your time? Were you interfering with procurement?
Interfering in which sense?
If you conduct procurement, you are interfering with procurement. There's a unit that should conduct procurement. Is that not the case?
Yeah, that's
So
the
if
case.
you usurp the powers of the unit, you are interfering in their process.
Yes.
Anyhow, were you at any point in time doing that?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
But because there was no procurement officer.
But the law did not grant you the powers to do procurement yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
So would that not be a violation of the Procurement Act and Regulation to
That's
interfere
true.
with procurement?
That's true.
There was a letter that Baba Tarawale wrote. I mean, it is the Exhibit 002, dated the 16th of January 2023, where he said the title, the address to the CEO, that would be you at the time. Is that not correct, sir?
No, it's not me.
Oh, this is 2023. I apologize. But then, if we are to refer to you to the 2021 compliance review for the year ended 31st December 2019, do you have a copy? Do you have a copy for the witness? Compliance 2019. On page 17, it will tell you that the total number and value of procurement methods that were conducted in the year. It says there were 505 transactions, out of which 494 were single sourcing and request for quotation on the 10. The amount that was spent on procurement for the year was $2,707,816.64 bututs. Now, the record shows or states that an analysis of the procurement transactions under various procurement methods indicates that most of the PO's procurement were carried out through request for quotation procurement method at a value of 82%, all of which has been approved by the Contracts Committee in line with Section 49C of the Act. Were there constant Contracts Committee meetings?
Yes.
Were you chairing the Contracts Committee meetings
Yes.
in 2019?
Yes.
Are there minutes of the Contracts Committee meetings?
Yeah, there was a time when the Contract Committee and the Development Committee were joined together.
They were joined together?
Yeah, because they do the same function, so having them having parallel meetings is always cost effective. So they were joined together.
So there were so many non-compliance issues regarding how the Contracts Committee were running the affairs of the procurement activities. Number one, that there were no receipts and delivery notes.
Yes.
Why would that be the case?
You know, for example, in the rural areas,
Yes.
to get such documents from the suppliers is always a problem.
Why would that be a problem? They are supposed to
Yeah, they don't want to understand the effectiveness of procurement. It's always a problem on us.
it
We
is
have
for you
been
to
making
enforce.
sensitizations, but to no avail.
It is for you to enforce.
No, but we have a limited rights to enforce. I think it's the duty of the procurement to make sure that they comply.
You are the head of the procurement organization as a CEO.
Yes.
The Mansakonko Area Council is the procurement organization, and you're the head.
Yes.
You are to make sure every unit is functioning well, and you've already admitted you were interfering with their work.
Yes.
So therefore, the fault wouldn't be the suppliers, but rather the administration.
Yeah.
Now, on page 20, it says that you were not doing pre-qualification. It was not being carried out. It says the PO does not carry out a pre-qualification procedure to determine approved list of registered suppliers as required by Section 23. Instead, the PO relies on the eligibility list of the Gambia Public Procurement Authority to invite quotations or single source. Having gone through records presented for auditing, it was discovered that some contracts were awarded to suppliers who did not register with the authority at the time of the award. Was that true?
Yes, that's true.
You have Usman Sonko, the training on ward planning process, $26,775.
Yeah.
Summer filling station. You have Diba Oil. You have Faber and Sons Enterprise. There is Nabi Technologies, Flat Screen TV, Falo Seca, and the list goes on. But all of these people did not register with GPPA, and yet you were dealing with them in relation to committing public funds. What would you have to say about that?
Yeah, as I said before, for them to register was always a problem. We have been having sensitization, but to no avail. They never want to register. Even when you need an invoice from them, it's always a problem. So,
see, on page 23, there was an issue of monthly and annual report to GPA. Mansakonko Area Council should have been filing monthly and annual reports, and that was never done. It says the council does not provide reports monthly and annually to GPA on the procurement transactions conducted on single source, request for quotation, and annual single source procurements. Yeah. Why did you not make sure at the time as CEO that monthly and annual reports were being filed?
Yeah, as I said, there was a problem at the procurement department. So that prompted me to appoint a seconder.
You have never,
assisting the...
not even once, even when you had a procurement person working there, you never had monthly reports filed with the GPA. How will anyone know how you are spending the funds of council?
Yeah, but I think I am not an expert in this area. Somebody was identified to be the procurement officer.
The procurement officer is a unit in Mansakonko Area Council.
Yes.
Though it had to be independent to a certain degree, but you as the CEO has the overall responsibility.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You are even the head of the contracts committee.
Yes, that's true.
So what are you talking about?
As I said, the procurement was not performing. That prompted me to appoint someone else.
Now, Mr. Ceesay, you have earlier on said that it is difficult to get these people even register with GPPA.
Yes.
And you even conducted sensitization for them to be aware of what is required from them to be able to do business with you. Do you think that is sufficient reason for you to do business with them, given the fact that you are procuring this and you have a liberty to procure from any person within this jurisdiction to get the goods or services that you need? So why would you limit yourself to the providers of service or good within your jurisdiction if they are not willing to comply with the law?
Yeah, I think, for example, when we talk about fuel, I think it will be very difficult for us to be leaving LRR, going to other regions to buy fuel, simply because the suppliers are not registered. So we have been talking to procurement to help us, to assist us, so that the suppliers in the rural areas will be able to register with the GPPA.
Yes, but Mr. Ceesay, if you are finding it difficult and you know it is going to have an impact on your administration as the CEO, because somebody somewhere someday will ask questions, would it not have been prudent for you to properly plan to get this supply elsewhere if they are not ready to comply? Because you would have been, it's my opinion, I'm saying now, you would have been justified to come collect fuel from any other municipality or even from Banjul. Don't you think so? But you would have followed due process. If the people that are within your jurisdiction are failing to comply with the law, should that be the excuse for you dealing with them, even though they have been refusing to heed to your advice, and you've even gone to the extent of sensitizing them?
Yeah, what you said is true. We should have avoided them, but it will be very...
It is not to avoid them, but to create a situation where you have an alternative that you can use to justify your expenditure. Because if you had to buy fuel at Mansakonko costing you $10, and they cannot comply with the law, you buy fuel at $15, you have justification. Is that not correct?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
So
That's
I
correct.
don't think that is good enough reason.
Okay.
Because if within that jurisdiction, they realize that you are getting your fuel from another jurisdiction, they might as well sit up to comply.
That's true.
And I think it is to their advantage to have done that because they are making business, they will be making business and they will be making profit. You understand? If they register
That's true.
and they comply with the law.
That's true.
Is that not so?
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you. You can proceed.
There was a letter dated the 7th of October 2019 written by one Brabos Per Mendy for the Director General addressed to you. In 2019, October, you were the CEO.
Yes.
And the letter reads, it is already exhibited, 004, Mansakonko Area Council 004. It says submission of monthly report for the months of August and September 2019. The authority acknowledges receipt of your monthly reports on the status of the procurements for the months of August and September 2019. The authority has made a thorough review of your submission and wishes to bring to your attention certain issues observed which are listed below. Monthly reports are to be submitted on a monthly basis and not in the manner in which you are submitting these reports. This act is a gross violation of the relevant laws. That sub-procurement is above the threshold of single source, which you awarded to SB Electrical, and no justification was given. Also, we will advise you to do your best by encouraging the local suppliers within the region to register with the authority so that it might cut big cost on traveling. You see, it will tell you that there's also a table here which is the accumulated data on your submissions for August and September. The single source, $227,433.88 butoots. The works, there are no description as to what that money was spent on. The services that you paid for the relevant works is $5,000. And number of transactions, 130. And you did not bother to even label or describe or explain as to how you commit this amount of money in procurement. For request for quotation, $192,000. How it was spent, it was not available. The services, not available. 2 transactions. So in total, $419,430.38 butoots. That's just for 2 months. Without explanation as to where these monies are going to. This is it. Do you think that's right?
This which month?
I had said August and September 2019.
Yes. Can I have a look?
Can you have the? Do you understand that? Do you see that?
Which page?
The first page tells you the 7th of October 2019. Have you seen that? Do you see it, sir?
No, I didn't see it.
Let me hand you this one.
Yeah.
Let me hand you my copy, and you can kindly return the one that you have. Yes. Do you see that?
Yes. I've seen it.
Yes. What is your response now?
Yeah, this thing was replied to.
Okay.
Yeah, the report was replied to.
And then, what is the nature of the reply?
Pardon?
What would be the nature of the reply?
Yeah, all the concerns raised were being replied.
What is the
Yeah,
nature
by
of the
the former
reply?
procurement officer.
What is the nature of the reply?
Pardon?
What was the nature of the reply?
Yeah, I think some of the documents were not seen. So after it was provided by the procurement department.
By the procurement department?
Yes.
So it is your responsibility to make sure that monthly and yearly reports are filed. Do you know that?
Yes, I know that. Yes.
And this you don't do properly.
Yes.
Can we please have them?
Mr. Ceesay, on the issue of the procurement, you have told the Commission that you were obliged to find a second person to be in the department.
Yes.
Because the first person was medically impaired to do the work. How long did that condition last for the procurement officer? That was at the council?
Yes, since I left, he was reporting to the office, but he was not doing anything.
So during the time you took over as CEO in 2016, was he in the office?
Yeah, he was in the office.
But he was also challenged.
Yeah, he was also challenged. But before I left, it was serious. He was blind completely before I left.
Before you left?
Yeah, before I left.
So
yes.
this medical condition was subsisting?
Yeah, it was subsisting.
Whilst you were CEO?
Yes.
What steps did you take to help him address that medical situation?
Yeah, he was taking some medical...
No, I mean, what did the council do to help him with that medical situation? Since he was still under your payroll, what medical support did you grant him?
Well, he was not granted any medical support.
You think that was correct?
No, it was not correct.
And having realized that he was medically challenged, and you did not assist him to resolve his issues, you did not also find a suitable replacement, even if you needed to have sent him for medical leave, so that your unit would not be handicapped, such that you will not have undue pressure in doing the work as per what the rules provide.
Yes, there was a replacement. That is Ibrahim Seydili.
When did you bring a replacement?
I brought Ibrahim in 2019, 2020, around that.
From 2016?
Yeah, from 2016, yes.
So from 2016 to 2019, the procurement unit was not functional?
Yeah, it was not functioning very well.
At all?
At all, yeah.
So procurement was done by the CEO's office and finance department?
No, he was even doing some transactions, but sometimes he faced some challenges.
Yes, but somebody who is medically challenged, you know, how effective did you think that he would have done his job?
No, for his sickness, it comes gradually. You know, it started around 2017, 2018.
But you have already agreed that it has created some challenge for that unit, right?
Yes, for that unit, yeah.
And the portfolio he occupied was not reassigned to the new employee that you had at the unit. Is that correct?
No, definitely he was all the time not doing the job. Everything was being done by Ibrahim Seydili.
No, Mr. Ceesay. What I'm asking is that the newly employed staff did not replace him as the head of the procurement unit, right?
No, he didn't, no.
So Mr. Momodu...
No, Ibrahim.
Mr. Ibrahim Seydili was brought in as an assistant.
As an assistant, yes.
At what grade level?
Yeah, I think it was around grade 8.
Grade 8?
Yes.
He was brought in grade 8?
Yeah, he was brought in.
So he was employed by the local government service commission?
No, the establishment. By then there was no local government service commission.
When did the local government service commission come?
Local government service commission we are in around 2017, but there was a problem when the service commission was dormant. Because by then they were being paid by councils, so I think there was a problem. So
I did not get that. Please repeat.
the first service commissions,
yes,
were being paid by councils.
Yes.
Councils were paying them.
So they came in 2017?
Yeah, they came in 2017, 2018, yes.
So when did this Mr. Ibrahim came on as?
Ibrahim, I think he came around 2018, 2019, something like that.
So he didn't pass through the service commission?
No, he didn't.
So it was the council that employed him direct?
Yeah, it was the council, yes.
Was that correct?
Yes, because there was a time when, before the local government service commission was established, each service commission was established regionally.
Yes, but you have said the local government service commission came into existence in 2017.
Yeah, but it was, after it was very dormant. It
It
was
is-
not functional.
It was not functional.
No.
But you do realize that it was set up by law.
Yeah, it was set up by law.
So why didn't you refer his appointment to that institution that is mandated to employ somebody of his status?
Yeah, that's why it was taken to the establishment committee, because that committee was dormant, as I said. It was not functioning.
It was not functional.
No, it was not.
Thank you.
Yes, let's just conclude on this issue. Just say. There were procurement done that were outside the procurement plan. By the way, was there a procurement plan?
No, there was none.
Why will you not have procurement plan?
No, well, I think I said it here. The procurement department was malfunctioning. I
Look,
said it here.
the procurement is in relation to the submission of the procurement monthly reports, and the plan is directly under your responsibility. It's your responsibility.
Yes.
As a procurement organization.
Yes.
The daily procurement activities is for the SPU.
Yes.
And as a structure, there you have the contracts committee. It's a chain work.
Yes.
But you are the overall head.
Yes.
So the sooner you stop trying to divert responsibility, the better. We are talking about procurement plan.
Yeah, but I'm not an expert in procurement also.
I mean, you have to be an expert. We
No, I'm
employ
not an
you.
expert in procurement issues.
You see, 35 of the Act says that the procuring organization shall develop an annual procurement plan aligned to the business plans and the budget provisions of the procuring organization with a view to achieving maximum value for expenditure and other objectives set forth in this Act. I think that is clear enough.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
So that's why I said the sooner we stop, or you stop to say the procuring unit was not functional also, won't be an excuse. This is about the procurement plan. How you decide to spend the funds of council should be in a procurement plan. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
But if you don't have a plan, then you are just committing the funds of council anyhow. Would that not be the effect?
Yes.
For example, if you look at chapter 4, page 27, I think you have the report. There are a series of expenditures that were not part of the procurement plan, which you have authorized in one way or the other as a CEO. It says, the section presents the specific findings on the procurement transactions that were reviewed from the list of total procurements that the Mansakonko Area Council carried out in the financial year 1st January 2019 to 31st December 2019. And they are only samples. The procurement of sockaway digging for the fish market, $59,910. The non-compliance, there was no minute of the contracts committee to approve the procurement. Do you see that?
Yes.
Please speak louder, please.
Yes, I've seen it.
There was no delivery receipt to show that the procurement was completed, no procurement documentation, no inspection committee, no detailed specification, no evaluation report. You turn to the next page, the procurement of maintenance and spare parts of Mansakonko Area Council 2, $169,750. What was the issue with this vehicle? Do you hear me, sir?
Yes, I'm hearing.
It appears to be a lot of money for maintenance. But by the way, this particular procurement, there was no minutes of the contracts committee. There was no delivery receipt. The procured item was not indicated in the procurement plan. There was no procurement documentation, no inspections committee, no evaluation report. So how would we know whether $109,750 was spent properly and there was value for money? Sir?
Yeah, I agree on what you are saying.
You agree on what?
What you say, that there was no value for money.
But there are huge sums of monies. If you do not follow the regulation, this would be the result. Is that not the case? You may be overspending, or monies may land into the wrong hands. Is that not the case?
That's true.
Turn to page 29. We're almost done. $27,000 is for procurement of flat screen TV. Do you see that?
Yes, I've seen it.
Non-compliance, no minutes of the contracts committee, no delivery receipt, You see, I always say, if you don't have delivery receipt or delivery note, how will we know even whether the flat screen was delivered or not? Was it delivered, sir?
Yeah, it was delivered.
But how would we know?
Yeah, that's true. It will not be known when you don't have the delivery.
And if there are no delivery notes, what will that suggest?
That is not delivered.
That's the point. And you are the head of the organization. And it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yes.
And there were no detailed specifications as to what kind of TV you want. There was no evaluation report, no delivery receipt, no evaluation criteria set out. Page 30, you have the hand pump maintenance, $3,000. The non-compliance, the same. You go to page 31, which is the last on the page, on the compliance for 2019, $16,140, single sourced for solar goods. EDs, solar, what are solar goods?
These are solar materials.
Solar materials.
Yes.
But the procured item was not specified on the procurement plan. The procurement method was above the threshold. There was no delivery receipt. There was no evaluation report. Documentation was incomplete because there was no attachment of goods received and delivery notes to show that the procurement was completed. And these are only samples of how the procurement activities were done in Mansakonko Area Council. Yes. Just to conclude, do you know you have an overall responsibility to adhere to all the laws of the land and the regulation that governs you?
Yes, I know.
You know that?
Yes.
And you turn to page, you go to the Local Government Act 2002. It will tell you. Do you have it?
Okay.
Do you have the Local Government Act 2002?
Yes, I have it.
Turn to page 33. Are you on page 33?
Yes.
Can you please read 48, section 48 sub 1?
Subject to the provisions of this act.
The microphone, please.
Subject to the provisions of this act
Yes.
and any other enactment, a council shall, within its area of jurisdiction, exercise all political and executive powers
Yes.
and functions,
Yes.
provide services it deems fit,
Yes.
promote on a sound basis community development and self-help,
Yes.
have power to perform such functions as are necessary to facilitate
Yes.
or are conducive or incidental to
Yes.
the discharge of any of its functions,
Right.
protect the Constitution and other laws of the Gambia, and promote democratic governance, and ensure implementation and compliance with government policies.
Yes.
I continue.
Please, sir.
Without prejudice to the generality of subsection 1 of this section or any other enactment which may confer powers and functions on councils, a council shall, in addition to the...
Do you see, may I draw your attention back to paragraph E. Can you please read it again?
Protect the Constitution and laws of the Gambia and promote democratic governance.
That's fundamental. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that's fundamental, yeah.
That you are not only governed by one law excluding the other, but you're governed by all the laws of the Gambia. Is that not the case?
Yes.
And more so in your responsibility as a CEO on page 31. Turn to page 31.
Page 31. Yes.
It tells you the CEO shall, F, you go to F, perform such other functions as are required by this act or any other enactment.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand what that means?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, it means we have to work with all the acts.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to respect all the laws.
Yeah.
Mr. Ceesay, that's what you have to do.
Yes.
The Constitution is the primary law. You have to respect it. All these regulations are equally important. Where you are supposed to do a particular function, you must do it. Is that not what the law says? Your own law, the act, is that not what it says?
Yes.
And you understand it that, have you understood this before? Or is it now that you're understanding this?
I understand that anything goes with the law.
Good. Thank you
Yes.
very much. No further questions for
Yeah.
this witness.
Yes, Mr. Ceesay,
Yes, ma'am.
When it comes to revenue forecast and planning, would it be correct to say that from 2016 to 2021, when you left office, there was no proper forecast and planning when it comes to revenue? Would it be a fair statement?
Focusing and planning.
No, I said based on revenue activities. Would it be a fair statement to say that from 2016 to 2021, when you left, there was no proper planning and forecast on the budgets that you do, in other words?
I don't understand the question.
Okay, let me put it this way. When it comes to forecast and planning of revenue, what do you understand by forecast?
Forecast is to estimate.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you understand by planning?
Planning means the spending of the revenue.
All right.
Yeah.
So would it be a fair assessment or a fair statement to say that there was lack of adherence to the rules and regulation to enable you do a proper forecast and planning?
That's true.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
And on the issue of the governance, would it also be a fair statement to state that the governance structure of the council was also not good?
Yeah, it was not only the governance of the councils, but even the governance of the ministry was also a problem.
And that we have taken judicial notice of the fact that you council members, you write to the ministry, and the ministry will refuse or fail to reply to the letters that you write. And implicitly, it has some effect on your work. We know that, we have noticed that, and we have put the question across to various witnesses, right?
Yeah.
So, and there is also the suppression of revenue, the lack of proper utilization of the revenue earned from revenue collected. Would it also be a fair statement to say that that was mismanaged?
Yeah,
When I say mismanaged, proper protocols were not adhered to. So you cannot account for most of the time the revenue that has been collected because of improper functioning of the systems.
Yeah, that could be, but I will not agree to say that they were mismanaged. You know, maybe we will have some lapses, but mismanagement, I will not agree on that. I know councils, we were without systems.
Without systems?
Yeah, without systems.
Okay.
Simply because councils were not digitalized. We started digitalization process in the early 2018, 2019, when we have these IFMIS systems.
Okay, then can you let us know what your understanding? Maybe I have a different understanding of when I use the word mismanage.
Yeah,
What is your understanding of mismanagement?
Yes, to my understanding is mismanagement means all what you have done is on the negative side. And definitely, we have been trying to improve things, though it was very difficult on our sides as councils, because we know politically we were being constrained, you know, but with all those things we are trying at least
now
to
let us not, because this, you are a civil servant, you are an employee of the state, right?
Yeah.
Let us not bring in the issue of politics, because your TOR, you have what governs you as the CEO to execute your job. You understand? Whether politics or no politics, because there are always options, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
So when I say mismanagement, I mean because there are no proper systems, there is no proper procedures and protocols. That is what has occasioned the mismanagement. Because when you say management, it's to manage the institution. So you may mistakenly not understand what the law says and not apply the law. Is that not mismanagement?
Yeah, it can be called
Yes.
mismanagement. Yeah.
So it is your understanding of the word mismanagement and my understanding of the word mismanagement. But the fact remains that you have accepted the fact that procedures and protocols and laws were not followed in the execution of your duty.
Yes,
Right?
that's true.
And we have asked you to provide the assessment reports to allow us look at your budgets with a view to understanding your projections for your revenues
You
and
mean
the estimates, the assessments that you have done,
assessments like?
the assessments that you do yearly to
Yeah.
allow you to be able to collect revenue from the taxpayers.
You mean the assessment of rates and taxes or what?
Yes,
Yes, so
for
what
the
do you,
different categories of revenue lines.
what do you want in that?
Do you normally have a report that says this year, this is, for each revenue line, this is what we anticipate to generate, you understand, and itemizing the charges to be charged?
Yeah, that depends on the actuals of your budget for a previous year.
No, for you to arrive at your actuals, it is what you have collected from taxpayers, right?
Yes, yes.
But before you collect from the taxpayers, you know what you are collecting from
You
the
focus.
taxpayers. Yes.
Yes.
You know what you are collecting.
Yes.
Based on, you understand, your previous assessments.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it is those assessments that I say you should provide for us. Because
Then here
we
you are
don't-
talking about the
Yes,
budgets,
the yearly.
council budgets.
Yes.
You need the, which council?
Not the budget. The budget is just giving me estimates and actuals of revenue that you have collected.
Yes.
But the data that made you arrived at providing the estimates is what we are asking you to provide for us.
In this case, you're talking about the incomes.
Yes,
The incomes.
yes. No, not the incomes. You do assessment, right?
You know, we do assessment in various aspects.
Now, let me put it this way. The data. Do you have any data showing that in a particular year, this is what you anticipate to get as rates from, say, Kiang Central?
Yes,
That type of data,
Yeah,
from
that's-
rates to license to each revenue head, because you will be guided by what you collect at the end of each year.
yes, I understand.
Do you understand now?
Yeah, I think
So
we are-
that is the data I am asking. And the last
That is
time,
the-
the first time you came, we requested that you
That is
provide
the
us
rates and taxes.
rates
together
and
with-
taxes
with
and all
license
revenue lines.
and license.
Yes, I'm saying all revenue lines.
For which council? For
For Mansakonko, from the 2016 you were there to the time you left. Because that will allow us to have an insight into the budget as to why you arrived at the estimates that you've had.
starting from 2016.
Yes?
I
No,
think that-
not 2016, 2018, that is our term of
I
reference.
think that will be very difficult for me to get those informations. Because all these informations were manual informations. You don't have anything in soft copies or
Yes,
software.
but if it is manual information, it is record,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So would there be no files to contain those records?
Yeah, well, as I told you, I went there, but some of the files are not seen.
So, but please note it, and they are missing.
Yeah, they are not seen, definitely.
They are not seen.
No.
But please note this and made a further request. And where they conclude, let them write indicating that the files are missing and cannot be seen, so that you provide that to the commission. Any question? You're done? So, Mr. Ceesay, thank you so much. We will discharge you, and we'll expect to look for these further documents that we have asked
Sure.
you. And when we need you, we will.
Can I show you that deposits? Or-
Yes, please.
Voilà. Moins de deposits, yes. You can carry.
Yes, Mr. Ceesay? Yes. This is the current account.
Yes.
Ending 001. Yes. So this withdrawal was done by Almami Sediba.
Yes.
And the amount was 90,000.
Yes. That's check number 28.
28.
Yes.
On that document that we said, we checked in the morning.
Yes. I made a mistake. The first document was changed.
Yeah.
So I made a mistake by, submitting that one.
Sorry?
The first document, that 026,
Yes.
was changed.
Yes.
So the 28/29
Yes.
is the valid one.
So the second check is this one,
Yes, 29.
the 29.
Yeah, because it was splitted into two.
Confirm. The two checks that were in that document, the second one now, you're saying the one ending with 026 was not the one that you were using.
Yes.
You were using the one that says 28
and
stroke
29.
29.
Yes.
But what we have here for 21st August and the same 21st August, because these two checks were cashed the same time, same day, sorry. The last digital number for the first check is 35, not 28.
Is that the check number?
Yes, can you show us?
You have in a check you have two numbers.
Yes.
Two serial numbers.
Yes,
One is normally at the top, the other one is down.
yes,
So maybe they are using the bottom one.
yes. But that is why I wanted to have it
Yes.
right.
Yeah, maybe they are
Because
using
yes, because you are telling me it's 28 and 29.
29, yes.
But looking at these check serial numbers that are on this statement,
Yes.
one is 35 and one is 36.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
In a check you have two serial numbers.
yes,
One at the top,
Yeah.
one at the bottom.
yes.
So when you make withdrawals in the bank,
Yeah.
they normally take the bottom one.
Bottom one.
Yes.
So this is the bottom one.
This is
that
the
they have.
bottom one that they are using.
So now, were these checks photocopied and attached to this voucher?
Yeah, they must be photocopied.
They are photocopied.
Yeah, they were photocopied.
Please
I
note
can
and
say.
provide
Yes.
us so that we can cross-check and confirm what you are telling us about the numbering. All right, Mr. Ceesay, the registrar will make a copy of this one so that we put it as some of the things that are pending for us to verify. And he will give you, because this is part of your own documents. Thank you. Any other questions? Mr. Ceesay, we will discharge you, and we thank you for coming. And we would call you when we need to, and when you are done checking out the documents that we ask you to bring.
Okay.
All right?
These are your documents.
Yes, please let me have them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
And this one also.